Apple and OpenAI were supposed to be partners. Now, Apple is accusing OpenAI of using former employees to steal its most valuable hardware secrets. And this lawsuit could turn the partnership into all-out AI war. So let's get started on the story. Apple has officially sued OpenAI, two former Apple employees, and OpenAI's hardware operation. But this is not another argument about AI models or copyrighted training data. Apple claims its confidential product designs, manufacturing knowledge, and supplier information were taken to help OpenAI build a compelling competing AI device. OpenAI denies wanting Apple's trade secrets, so allegedly what happened exactly? And this could destroy Apple OpenAI relationship, and let's break it down. From partners to rivals, from partners to rivals. The story is shocking because OpenAI and Apple were not supposed to be enemies. In 2024, Apple integrated ChatGPT into Apple Intelligence, giving OpenAI access to millions of iPhone users. On the surface, it looked like a powerful partnership. Apple had devices and global distribution. OpenAI had the ChatGPT and the leading consumer AI brand. But behind the scenes, OpenAI was also moving into hardware. It has been assembling former Apple talent and developing a new category of AI-powered consumer devices. That is when the relationship reportedly started changing from partnership to competition. Now, according to Apple, it crossed a serious line. And let's talk about what Apple is alleging. Apple's lawsuit named two former employees, Tang Tan and Chang Liu. Tan previously worked on major Apple products including iPhone, Apple Watch, and iPod. Now he is OpenAI's chief hardware officer. Liu was an Apple electrical engineer with access to sensitive product development information before joining OpenAI. Apple alleges these former employees took confidential information related to unreleased technologies, manufacturing process, and hardware development. The most explosive claim is that this is not a simply two employees acting alone. Apple alleges OpenAI encouraged recruits to discuss confidential Apple projects and even help them avoid scrutiny while moving between the companies. One former employee is accused of accessing Apple's internal network and downloading sensitive hardware files. But we need to be precise. These allegations contained in the Apple's lawsuit, they have not been yet proven in the court. OpenAI says it has no interest in other companies' trade secret and is still reviewing the complaint. Why OpenAI wants hardware? So why hardware secrets matter so much to OpenAI? Because ChatGPT currently depends on other companies' platform. That's the reality. Apple controls iPhone, Google controls Android, Microsoft controls Windows. If OpenAI wants a direct relationship with consumers, it would eventually need a device or interface on its own. That is why Apple's hardware ambition and its collaboration with former Apple design talent are so valuable and important. The company isn't simply trying to build another application, it may be trying to create the next major computing platform after the smartphones. But developing world-class hardware requires knowledge of material, manufacturing, supply chain, and global production. These are the areas Apple has spent decades mastering it. And let's talk about why this lawsuit is bigger than the stolen files. The lawsuit creates three huge problems for OpenAI. Number one, Apple could seek a court order preventing OpenAI from using this information or technology allegedly derived from Apple's trade secrets. That could slow down OpenAI's hardware plans at the worst possible moment. Second, this could damage their existing partnership. How can Apple continue placing ChatGPT inside its products while simultaneously accusing OpenAI from benefiting from stolen Apple information? And third, this sends a warning across Silicon Valley. The AI race is no longer just about hiring the best researchers. The companies are now fighting over engineers, chip designer, manufacturing knowledge, supplier relationship, and the physical devices. The battle is moving from software model into the real world. The bigger AI war. Apple may have entered the generative AI race more slowly than OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft. But hardware is Apple's territory. OpenAI entering the territory with former Apple employees makes this deeply personal and strategically dangerous. If Apple wins, OpenAI's hardware ambition could be delayed or restricted. If OpenAI successfully defends itself, it could continue building a device capable of competing directly with the iPhone ecosystem. Either way, the partnership we saw in 2024 may never look the same again. Apple helped bring ChatGPT to iPhone. Now it claims OpenAI used Apple's former employees to challenge it. This is how quickly AI partnership can become a AI war. Do you think Apple is protecting legitimate trade secrets or trying to slow down a dangerous new competitor? Tell me below and subscribe because this fighting is the only beginning. Hey, if you have not met me, my name is Pritam. I talk about AI, latest news, trends, and productivity hacks. I happen to be a TEDx speaker and author as well. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.